2006 Camaro. This is not a Revell or AMT kit. This is a very cool, somewhat hard to find Jada kit. Now, Jada is pretty well known for making 124 and 118 scale die-casts, the metal cars, but they do make a model kits, plastic model kits. In fact, they believe they only have 4 different types out. I do have all 4. Don't have them on hand to show you, but they make a Camaro, a late model Mustang, a Ford GT40, but the newer one. And what else? Oh, a Corvette, a late model Corvette. And the cool thing about, there's actually 2 very cool things about these Jada kits. This actually being my favorite. Most people are going to go to the right, but I'm going to start off with this. Their plastic bodies are insanely thick. What I mean by that is the plastic, it feels, for example, my RSX that I had done in my previous video, these window, whatever you want to call them, were so thin that they broke just sanding them. Whereas this kit is ridiculously, I don't know what it is, but the plastic is just so much thicker and heavier and more sturdy. And you would think that would be a pain in terms of painting and bodywork, but it was very refreshing. I enjoyed it much more than a typical model kit. Having the, I don't know, I guess the extra bodywork to work with, it made it much more sturdy. Easy to work with. Now this kit I purchased on eBay and it was sold to me as new. When I received it, it was open and it was missing some of the windows and the decals and all the lights. So that blue and red fog lights, there's actually no clear light over those. They were missing, so I did the best I could to fill it in. I think it came out pretty well. The tail lights, the license plate paint got rubbed off, but that's not a big deal because there's going to be a license plate decal that goes over that. And the red lights that were missing out the kit, I just filled in the chrome backing with, let me try to stabilize this, with clear red enamel. So, the body came out pretty well. Did a gloss black paint with like 5 different coats of clear gloss over it. See, it's got a pretty well good shine to it, and this is before final polishing. I may even not use this because I'm not sure it needs it. I have the fine and finish. My first attempts with these compounds didn't turn out so well. It actually dulled the color. I attempted, before I put the clear on, it was still a gloss paint, to do the roof with this, and it actually dulled it. So I don't know if I did it wrong or not, so then at that point I decided to clear it. This is the body. Basically this model kit's done. I just have to attach the roof, the body to the chassis. Another very cool thing about these Jada model kits is the wheel and tire packages that come with them. I believe it is a skill level 2, so it's not a snap-on kit. But it's very easy to assemble, very easy. The engine was probably the easiest engine I've done in a model car. Nothing too flashy, but you'll see why in a minute. Decided to go with the all red and black interior with the chrome or the metallic floorboard. I got that flat paint with matte clear, and it kind of gave it that leather look. If you can see the dash and the sides, so that came out really well. I didn't want to mess it up by trying to paint black in the rear seats. I'm not that detailed yet, so I left it. But yeah, look at these wheels that come with these kits. They're insanely huge. It almost looks like a Jada die-cast wheel. People buy these kits just for these wheels, You would probably spend 20 bucks, buying Fujimi wheels that look like this. Yeah, they're ridiculously fat in the back, but they don't poke out because the fenders were designed for it. So you can get the coolest wheels on here without having to do any modifications, which is very cool. You can see the side angle, none pop out. Don't ask me why, but I decided to go with the gold bottom. I don't know. I wanted to use gold on a car. Didn't want to try it on the body. The gold paint went on ridiculously smooth. Probably the best paint I've used yet. Remember, I used spray cans, so everything you see here was sprayed on except for the exhaust, which was chrome plated out the box. This is box stock. You can see the suspension and did some fuel lines there, and then the engine underneath it. I decided to go with the black bottom of the engine and the black top valve heads because you'll see when I put the body on, it's going to stand out because of what I did to the engine bay. Try to focus that. I even painted the Jada symbol so it could stand out, but this is probably one of my best model kits yet. Very simple to do. Very simple. Yet fully detailed. It's got about a third less parts than typical Tamiya Fujimi kit, yet twice as much detail. And by detail I mean an engine. And a hood that opens. And there is the engine bay. I wanted to make this somewhat like a show car. I go to a lot of import car shows in real life, and you see this all the time. It's the new popular thing, these bright painted engine bays that don't match the car, but they stick out like crazy and they just look so nice. Once that engine is in there, and you'll see the chrome and the black poking out from the middle, I think it's going to look excellent. Painting this engine was a bit more trickier than I anticipated. Painted the entire car gloss black, including the engine bay, with no taped off, and then I taped off the sides in order to paint the engine bay, and thank God nothing seeped through because it would have required an entire new paint job, but the corners came out nice and tight. The only thing is, when you put the hood on, you could see this red back here from the other angle looking this way, but it's not a big deal, not at all. So I'm going to put this body on and then show you what it looks like when it's done.